Right, hello again. This time it's a bit of an unboxing. My original cooler from my my old 1366 motherboard X58 didn't quite fit this one, even though I doctored it to make it fit, and I didn't quite like how the temperatures were. So this is the Corsair H115 280mm rad, which I bought with the well, it's actually here. This is my old setup, which is that's the Rampage 3 Black Edition, 24 gig of DDR3, and I don't know if you can see that, but the processor is an Intel 990 i7 990 Extreme Edition. Absolute beast that thing is, and that served me very well for a few years. Not that it's going away, it's probably going to turn out to be a render machine. Yeah, that's the bracket I had to doctor a little bit to get the cooler to work. So while I was looking online, I found that overclockers did the Corsair Hydro series. This is the H115 I, the updated version to that one. Because now I'm on, I don't know if you can see it there, I'll bring you in a bit. 16 gig of PC3200, that's the red Corsair LED. Still got me 1080 EVGA for the win with the little bracket. There's me Asus Phobos sound card, that little one there. 1200 watt power supply, probably a bit overkill, but that is there because the motherboard doesn't have quite enough USB slots for me. So for now that's there till I find myself a really good USB hub. And that's the Asus Strix 270E Gaming. I got the motherboard, the chip and the RAM off a good friend of mine, Buddy Price. We're not going into details on prices, but it was really good for the price. The only thing that annoyed me with it is the RGB here I've had to turn off, because while ever I've got that on, that sound card, my Phobos, it interferes with the mic. As soon as you turn the RGB off on the motherboard, works fine. Put it back on, it's a complete mess. Pain in the backside. Oh, these are me NZXT Hue Plus strips. I do have a few of them, but I've not put the others on. I'm thinking of editing it so it goes right round the case. I think I've got 4 strips for that now. Oh, and me Corsair Airflow RAM cooler. That actually just clamps on over the brackets and sits on there and blows cool air over the top of them. Yes, they do light up red. That does block it a little bit, but I'd rather have cool RAM than giant red lights. So let's just open this out. Like I say, they are Corsair refurbished. You've got your 2 fans. I don't know if I'm going to use them, because I do have a couple of Thermaltake RGB fans, 140mm. We'll see how they go. I'm not going to do a push-pull like I had before. I'll probably just do these as a standard. Fans at the top of the case and the radiator. But loads and loads of bits. And the most important part. And I still put that bleeding gum on the bottom. That'll be coming off because I've got some thermal grizzly somewhere. Right. All of that goes back in there. Now I've got things bleeping at me in the living room. Yeah, I'm having to work this in the kitchen in a minute. I don't know, some freaky alarm. Sorry about that. Right. I think the only thing that's missing, from what I can see, is the coloured doohickeys. Because apparently these have a light on underneath, and these just somehow lift. Oh, yeah, they just the thing is just spring off. It's got a light on underneath, which is what the USB is for. Yeah, another USB I need. But the radiator is basically identical. It's just got that one. The old one doesn't have any plates on the side, whereas that one does, which is strange. Yeah, so like I said, I think the only thing missing is the little coloured things that go on there. I think you normally get like a red one and a blue one and the silver one. Basically, I keep kicking this bloody camera. Basically, this is going to go in the top of the case here onto that. I'm going to go somewhere around about there. Obviously I think the fans first. Yeah, I think it's going to be... Well, I'm going to have to work on this because this is a little more rigid than the pipes here are actually fastened straight in the top. Whereas on the other one they're on the side and they can actually rotate a little bit. So we shall see. We shall see. Right, while I get this bit done, I will stick it on pause for a sec. You don't want to hear me swearing at it. And we'll get this configured, set up, and see where we'll go from there. Right. So I'll catch you in a mo, guys. So here we are back again, and it's in. I've just added my extra Hue Plus extension kits. So now we have going right up here from the bottom right across and up this side, and then we also have going up this side, across and all up under that. So I'll have like a nice rainbow effect rolling around my PC. Rainbow RGB. Cables are a bit messy down the bottom, but I am going to change this case at some point. But there it is with my monster front end on. Yeah, it's a little beat up now, it's getting on a bit. Needs a bit of work. Needs a bit of tarting. I've gone with the normal fans that came with it up on top, but I've left off me with Thermaltake RGB fans for now. Normally they would go under there, and I'd run them on that, a push pull, but I want to see how these fans go, because these spin up ridiculously fast, so I want to see how this one goes first. And there we are, there's my RAM cooler, and there's the new unit. Kind of does well, although I don't like that USB cable right there, but that plugs into this down here, which is another NZXT extension. It's got little maglets on the bottom so it sticks in there. But like I was saying, there's not many USBs on the back of this. You got 5. We'll compare that to me Monster. What we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8 on the back of there, 10, and then you got USB headers on the board, and a USB 3 header over there. That is a fucking beast, absolute beast. Love it, but needs must. I needed to change to that. Pretty. Yeah, this actually, that can actually come off. You unscrew that and then you can screw rads on there. Well, all this thing here is actually a bracket that slides off. You just undo them screws there, all that slides off and then clamps onto here, and you can put all your radiators on there. Same for the opposite side. This just disconnects and slides out, and I could actually put them two down there, so I could put that over there at the front, but I like it where it's at. Monster case, I've not done with it what it needs to be done. Like I say, once that panel's off you can see all the mesh, but you can actually leave that panel on and it will pull the air around the edges, and they've all got them magnetic micro filters on, although it's pretty open at the back. But everybody needs one of these. That looks nice, pretty. Okay, I'm going off on one. Ooh, pulling on them a little. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good now. All thanks to Quick Lock and Overclockers website. Find this little beauty. I mean, I can. That actually lifts off. These Corsair ones here, they come off as well. Look, just got that little pop thing at the back of them, so I can airbrush them any colour I want. I can get that off. Obviously that lights up underneath there as well, so I could take that off and airbrush that as well. But I kind of like it how it is at the minute. Nice bit of black and silver, kind of matches the motherboard a bit. But I could airbrush it razor green. Lovely. But let me know what you think. Lovely little beastie. It's actually nicknamed Jarvis now. My other PC that I used to have before, which is this one, was Jarvis. So this is Jarvis Mark II. I think I'll call this one Friday now, because Skynet is my other PC in there, in my computer room. The man cave, I'll do a tour of that once I'm cleaned up in there, because it's a freaking mess. I've got too much stuff and I'll have to clean it up and get it all done. But anyway, I'm going to bug it off now, go and try and lift this thing back up, because it's huge. This thing is huge. It's 2 foot high, 2 foot deep, and 13 inches wide, and it weighs a bloody ton. So ideal case you can put in your house if you get burgled, because I guarantee you they're not going to run with this. They'll never be able to run with this. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to bag it off and leave you to it, and I'm going to go and put this bad boy back and fire up some games. I'll catch you later, guys.